What's up, everybody? Today we're trying a game called Runeborn.
Runeborn!
This was described to me as a game that is kind of like a cross between Luck Be a Landlord and Balatro, where we're gonna be playing some slot machine roguelike style, trying to get crazy combos to get crazy points to do things.
Okay.
And it sounded neat, so we're gonna try it.
Can you use a combo and combine this front dude's outfit with the elf behind him's outfit so we have one full shirt? He's got a stripe down the middle and she's missing everything in the middle.
You know what?
That's
the DLC.
Ah, perfect.
Let's play the tutorial. Holding matching runes towards the start of a spell lines is a good idea.
This comic's a work in progress and does not reflect the final quality.
Okay.
Oh, it's critters.
Take me, you have been chosen as the next Runeborn. Fight, this is only the beginning. Talking books. They're never evil. Welcome, Runeborn. I am the Runebook. I'm here to help you defeat the forces of Malakar. This slime is one of his minions. I'll teach you how to defeat it using rune magic. These are runes. Hover over them to see how much damage they do. Alright, we got ice, dark, earth, lightning, fire, and light.
So light and dark seem to be the two heavy hitters. Or is it light and earth in this case? No, yeah. Light and earth are the heavy hitters in this case. Dark's actually low.
It goes dark, then ice, then fire, then lightning, then earth, then light, as far as damage numbers are concerned.
Yeah, and as is damage numbers and against this guy.
Yeah. Runes match from left to right among spell lines. Matches start from the first column. Hover over my bookmarks to see each spell line. So, one match. Makes sense. Oh, that kind of goes...
What's diagonal?
Yeah. One match. No, two match. One match. And then two match. You can hold up to 8 runes at a time to lock them in place. Hold these 2 runes and press the cast button. Remember, matches must start from the first column. I will hold those 2. And then I will press the cast button. Cast to reroll all unheld runes and damage the enemy. 5 casts.
I see rainbows.
Okay. So it just goes through all the lines. Use the help button to find more info, such as damage and multi-bonuses for the match sizes.
All right, a lot of stuff.
It holds. Meditate to reroll all unheld runes to set up bigger matches for your cast. Meditations reset back to 8 every 3 levels after defeating an elite or a boss. Use them wisely, so don't blow them.
So meditates look like they're rerolls without casts?
Yes. And then casting, damage, and then, yeah, other stuff. Let's try for a 5 in a row. Hold these 4 runes and press the meditate button.
Now, I assume because it's a tutorial, it's not going to let you. But if it were me, I would also hold the other 2 lightnings, because that's also 1 away from a 5 in a row.
It will not let me. Huzzah! Ah! Hold this new rune to set up a 5 in a row.
You also got another 5 in a row.
Look at this. Hold these 3 runes for another 5 in a row. Now press the cast button to blast him. He absolutely blasted.
All right. I like that. You got some red.
Yeah, and it's just like, here's what the last cast did. It absolutely blasted him. All right. And we get a bunch of money.
Looks like there's interest. It looks like there's casts, extra money for having extra casts left over.
Oh, yeah. Upon victory, I will summon a keeper. Spend your coins in their shops to get stronger. This trinket will multiply your multi as long as you fulfill its condition. Purchase it. 1.5 times multi for matches of 2 or more.
So, matches.
Yeah. You still have some coins. Buy this trinket too. Provides extra damage and multi to every spell line.
Just straight up plus 20 damage and plus 4 multi. Period.
All right. Huh. Trinkets activate from top to bottom. Swap these two to increase your damage output. Because this is a multiplier and this is the base.
A base damage and then a multiplier.
Okay.
So you want the base damage to go up first and then the multiplier.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can have up to 5 trinkets at a time. Drag and drop to sell if you need more room. Should be all you need for now. Let's get back out there and see what's waiting for us. There are many paths on your way to Malakar. Study your foes.
I don't want to break.
You can check your progress here by hovering the level number at the top of the screen or by pressing tab. So
it also just shows at the bottom of the screen, so I don't know why.
You'll discover new information about your enemies as you fight them. For now, let's battle this cultist.
Ah, that mimic's getting away.
Look, it's fine.
The Mountain's Bounty. Either that or the Mountain's Mounty.
Not all enemy abilities are bad. When you fight a cultist, you get a scroll. Scrolls are consumable items. This one changes runes into different elements. Use it now. Morph up to 2 runes into the next element. Select these 2 fire runes to turn them into lightning.
Oh, there's a whole chain there, huh? Red, yellow, green, white, black, blue.
Yeah, and that's also the damage line. Least damage to most damage.
Oh! Okay, cool.
Changing your runes affects more than what you see right now. Go to your inventory and have a look. Each column has its own inventory of runes that it pulls from when they get re-rolled. They all start out the same, but you can use scrolls to improve your chances of seeing an element.
Oh, so yeah.
Okay. Move the columns up and down to get familiarized with your runes. Okay.
So you'll see that those 2 columns 1 and 3 have an extra yellow now and 1 less red.
Also, wilds are 15. I hadn't moused over them yet.
Wow. So it matches with any element and is stronger than the light.
No, because the light's 20.
Oh, 20.
It's exactly middle of the road. It's because the lowest is 10, highest is 20.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. For now, let's get back to the fight. Important to note that meditations reset after defeating an elite every 3 levels. Use them wisely. All right. Do I...
Well, you definitely hold the 4, if nothing else.
Do I do a meditate? It's once every 3 fights I get them all back, and I have 7.
Fight 2. You can also hold that lightning as well. Test out 1 meditate. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a 3. Sure.
So you can meditate again if you want to be greedy, or you can just go for it.
Oh, he's got 5,000 health. This will do like 2,700 damage. Actually, even more because we have this stuff now.
Yeah.
Do I hold the 2 lights just for just a little bit of extra sauce if I'm gonna cast?
I believe does it work that way? Because it says it holds it. Well, first of all, you can only hold 1 extra anyway.
Okay.
But remember, because it also reads them from left to right, so I think since it's starting with that yellow, I think it's only gonna look for the yellows.
You can't do multi-matching?
I don't think so.
Well. Haha.
Yeah, see, that top row did not give you the reds. And that bottom row did not give you the blacks. So it literally goes off whatever's in that first row.
Well, that guy did.
Or that first column.
Get a bunch of money. Go to shop. Okay. Icy Mittens. Plus 20 damage when held runes are triggered. Peg Leg. Plus 15 multi. Degrades by 1 when an enemy is defeated.
So huge multiplier, but eventually gets not that good.
rune chest or a scroll chest?
So the scrolls are the one-time use, but I suppose, can you check your rune book? Are your in the bottom left there? Are those and then check your inventory. So those 2 that you changed from reds to yellows look like they're permanently changed to 2 yellows.
Correct.
So even though the scroll was a one-time use, it looks like it's a
Well,
add divine amulets, add gold amulets, or swap 2 runes.
Well, swap doesn't feel very good.
I can see it being helpful if you really are just like, I want this first column to be X. Like, I want this first column to never show me red. You could theoretically throw the reds out of that book entirely. So
these you put on top of runes, and this one is if that rune activates, you get a gold.
Coin.
And this one is 20% chance to add plus 20 multiplier. So it's...
That is a huge...
Let's go gambling.
It's a huge multiplier, but it's a small chance.
I think I might just go gold amulet.
Yeah, I think that'll... it'll make its money back.
And then, do I get the icy mittens?
Do you get the icy mittens?
Save my money?
You can get the icy mittens and a rune chest. And take 1 to 3 random runes.
You know what? Let's see what the rune chest is. Let's go for the lightning rune. This one is a light rune that's already got
a multiplier on it. That's really good. Like we're kind of going towards the lightning stuff already.
I feel like for this tutorial thing, I just want more lightning.
More lightnings. Okay. Do you put that in one of the columns that you've already boosted, or do you put that in one of the ones that only has 3?
I think I put it in one of the ones that only has 3.
Okay, I say the second one then.
Yeah. And then, you know what? Why not?
And I think you put that to the top.
The top?
Yeah, because that one's got a boost damage and a multiplier, so...
I don't think that matters that much, but... Slithera or Gunkor?
Oh, in both cases, it's 5 coins in a chest.
This is Mountain's Bounty Shop, or a gem shop.
Yeah, which what we're in now is the Mountain's Bounty.
Yeah, so let's go
to the Gem Weaver. See what's there. Plus, his name's Gunkor.
Yeah.
HP greatly increased.
This is an elite encounter, so the meditates will come back after this guy.
So just go nuts.
Okay.
Oh, look at all that light. You can.
There is a fair amount of light.
You can hold all those lights and kind of go at him. Oh, and you still have your scroll.
Yes.
So you can just add the 2.
I can add gold amulets, but we're trying to go for lightning. I don't want to. Like, I can add lightning to maybe these 2 or something.
True, but hold it for when you're about to trigger them. I think. But I think because of how you rolled this, I think for this round you go for those light.
We can try it.
Suppose that is the danger, of course, is that if you don't hit the middle ones, well,
that helps with this, and I guess it's wild, so
that'll go off of that bottom row, whatever it is.
Now, if this matches any element, I do. Well, I should use that as my last hold.
But unfortunately, all of those whites on the right are doing nothing unless those.
No, because we got this here.
No, because it reads from left to right. That's going to go 1 white and then stop.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So unfortunately, that we can hold that and keep gunning for it, but it doesn't do us anything unless that second column also goes white. That's the one danger we're running here.
Yeah, well, I don't like it.
I know. It's rough. Now we can do that, and you can see that it is chaining those bottom 3. But that's also because those are wild. Whatever that bottom left corner is, that's going to hit a 3 of a kind because of the wilds.
That's true. Do we just keep meditating?
So we could keep gamble, or we could get rid of all of that white up in the top right hand corner and just hope for.
We got more meditates. I'm willing to just.
It's like, unfortunately, we're just basically okay. There, that helps. quite a bit. That still doesn't help that top row.
Well, but it helps this because that's
yes, that's a 5. So we definitely hold that one there. So honestly, yeah, I think we get rid of the other 2 lights up top. I think you want to get the one to the right of that as well. I think you just drop that, and I think you hold the wild there, and then you just cast whatever we get in the bottom left corner. It's gonna cast something.
Okay.
Of course,
it'll get a 4.
Yeah, sadly it rolled poorly with the black, but
you say poorly. He super died.
Still one-shot him. But I just mean because that first one's a black root.
Yeah.
If it had been anything else, it would have been more damage.
Well, sure.
Didn't need it, but
okay. We get the money. We get an elite reward.
okay, which is
This one has
all sorts of things on it.
trigger this rune again, including effects from trinkets, and then gold while triggering, which means it triggers twice, so it gets 2 gold. That's interesting.
Yep.
But
That is a lightning that has multi on it, and that's if you wanted to go for it.
I'll put this one. I'm trying to evenly space them.
Sure.
The power of gems onto your trinkets to move them from one trinket to another. An extra meditation or an extra 100 damage.
But you put these on your trinkets.
Yes. Okay.
And that first one is on sale. It's free.
That's very sale.
That's what's wrong with it. So you put your trinket in that slot and then you socket it onto there. So at that point, do you put the emerald on the chipped jewel? If you're going to use the emerald at all, because that is all of our money.
And you can transfer them, but it costs.
It costs 15. But that's so if we put this on here now and then find something better later, we can potentially put it on.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go wild.
All right.
Okay, we've seen the cultist,
But
which gives us a scroll.
It does give us a scroll.
But less money.
It's less money, but it does help us to.
And then Trinkets gives us trinkets
And
the
most
most money.
And it's a spider, which is like Scott's favorite.
Possess Knight, somewhere in the middle ground. We know what the Mountain's bounty does, but we don't know what his extra thing is. It does say that these 2 are downsides, where this one is specifically an upside.
Yeah. Plus, if it's the same scroll that we got before, it helps us to call our deck better, but it is only 2 coins, which is a little... We'll go into that mountain shop.
I'm gonna try it.
I
Just to
think
see
I like
if it was
it.
the morph the 2 ones into the next element, and we have 2
you've got 2 reds
here.
right there, yeah. Okay, and then I think you use the gold on the first column ones, because those are the ones we want to try the most.
Sure. Okay, and then...
And so now, this is good, but once again, keep in mind that
all
5 of those yellows are not connected.
But they will be.
They will be.
They will be, right?
Yeah, well, that connects that entire bottom row.
Okay.
So we can continue to potentially meditate and see if we can get anything, or we can we just hit the cast because we've got that bottom row of 5. We've got +2 coins. We may not get extra money depending on what we roll on these. Oh man, he's cooked. He is so cooked.
Yes. As it turns out,
Colossal
he
damage.
died.
Dang.
He died to death.
We did more than 200% of his health.
All right.
So didn't he make a whole lot of money. All right.
50 damage to matches of 2 or more.
Which is nice.
15 damage and +3 multi when Earth runes are triggered. Which is
We're not going for that.
And
then the runes and scrolls again.
Uncommon scrolls. +2 holds for the next cast. Conjure a copy of the last scroll used, which sadly is the gold amulet. We should have used it in the other order.
But we can also hold this until we get another scroll that we like.
True. You know what? I like that.
Okay.
Do we spend our last money on either one of these, or do we try to look for another electric rune?
The runes for electricity are nice, but we also could start holding on to our money.
Yeah.
For another shop later.
I think we will.
Because that's all common stuff.
Well, okay. So if he's given the same scroll every time.
If he gives us that same scroll again, it's a simple scroll, but I mean, that's what we're trying to do. Oh, there we go.
Do we copy lightnings or do we? Oh no, this isn't copies. This is
that's morphs 2 up, so we can't do anything to the wilds, unfortunately.
And I don't think the wilds were part of the circle of life.
They are not,
sadly. Well, there's
probably
no fires
for that exact
here.
reason.
There's no fires here.
There's no fires here.
Let's hold these and meditate.
I will say holding those 2 lightnings is a little scary. Well, it doesn't hurt to hold them because we can unhold them.
Yeah.
Well, there's a red, but
do I hold? No, I hold the fire.
Ooh, okay.
And then meditate one more time.
Do you hold the other wild? Didn't get red again. Oof.
Don't worry, I'm just gonna keep.
Yeah. Okay, there we go.
Okay, so now we unhold you.
Yep. Morph 2 runes. Yellow, yellow. That makes it fairly strong already.
We hold that.
Okay. Do we swap the yellow that we're holding there as well? Yep, because that one's part of the chain. And then do we just cast what we've got?
Yeah, I think we just cast this. I am not convinced he'll die, but...
Yeah, but we've got the multiplier amulet up there, so maybe. And it depends on what we roll. So that bottom row is hit a... No, that's not how that works.
No, that is not how that works. He's still dead.
Yep. Not as overkill as last time, but still overkill, so...
Now, if we find more fires, we can...
Yep, we can immediately...
fix those and just try to go full lightning, baby. All right, trinkets. +4 holds on a trinket. That's very
pretty
nice.
Crazy.
All matches count as 1 match higher, but with a maximum of 5. So if you max it out, it feels sad.
Yeah.
Plus 225 damage to matches of 5.
Those 2 together go pretty well.
It's true.
Or...
retrigger all runes of the last cast against an enemy. So that's if the runes have a trigger, like if they have stuff on them.
Yes, and it says it's of the last cast against an enemy. Cast. So I think it's just when you kill the enemy, it double triggers.
I was thinking like just the previous cast, whatever runes were triggered then will trigger on the following cast as well.
But that would imply that it's like every cast.
Well, no, because if it's triggered using this and not naturally, it probably wouldn't keep going.
So wouldn't that just be like re-trigger all runes of the first cast? Because it's a trinket, like...
I don't know. I'm going to get mana berries and stop thinking about it.
Yeah, having like lots and lots of holds, I think, is too strong. Is very strong. I think the last light is also potentially very, very good, depending on how it works.
But we don't know how it works exactly.
And is it worth testing because it's an uncommon?
Nah.
Okay. All right. This is
2
another elite.
new things.
Oh, a rune smasher.
Well, we haven't seen that. Destroys runes, and
that's what we want to do.
Destroy runes, so. This is an elite
Can't
encounter.
use meditations.
Well, I was just going to say we can use all the meditations we want because we'll get them back. But,
yeah, and we've...
Well, I can turn these guys into electricity.
Yep. And do you want the back ones or do you want that front one as one of the 2 that we transform? Because what we're trying to do is do yellow. I feel like getting the start yellow is the most important because it reads left to right.
Sure.
So I think that one and then the fourth one.
No. Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. And then we hold. Yeah, we can't meditate, so. Ugh.
Do we hold the electricity and hope that the odds are in our favor?
Well, I mean, it's either that or we just roll into
chaos.
hope the odds are in our favor. At least with the lightnings, we have more lightning than other things. Nope.
Sadly, we got
super low.
We got a bit boned here.
Not being able to use meditations is rough.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's. Yeah, I think that's.
And then we just
hope for the best.
That was not the best, as it turns out.
As it turns out, that was pretty butts.
Wow. It's actively just the worst. We have 3 more casts.
Yep. I was just going to say, do we just hold the 2 whites in the bottom instead so that we at least have a 2-part chain?
You know, probably should have, but... Look, we're going to kill him before we run out of casts, I think, probably.
It's, again, it's...
Do I just do
it's
this?
so sad, but yeah, you do that, and then...
I guess if we're going that route.
Hold that just in case. Yep, nothing improved. And of course, black is the small. We got him.
But
though.
it's fine. He's still dead. But that was ugly.
That was ugly.
Not being able to use my meditates was rude, and I didn't like him.
The nice thing is that we refilled back to 5 casts on that. So.
Wealth aura +3 coins when this rune is triggered.
Wow, that's just pretty good.
All right.
Just keep loading up that front.
If you want to keep loading out that front, we
It's
can load
like
that
it's
front.
basically the front. We want them in all of them, but
Gark Smash runes, first one free.
that's like the basically we want to for the first 2 columns we want to, and then yeah we smash. And then how much per? Ooh, it's gonna get expensive fast. Okay, yep. That pulls an entire color out of... Which, I will say...
Is a little dangerous.
Well, yeah. The danger of doing what we've just done now is that the black... Unless we start with the rainbow, the black runes in our deck are useless.
Ancient Archive. Haven't seen that one. And we get another one of these
scroll.
guys.
I see 1 red.
We'll hold that red for a second. And meditate.
Yep, there's another red. Oh, and that gets us probably enough to kill. If we want to do another meditate just to try to make it a little stronger. I mean, that technically will, depending on what we roll on the left.
Aha.
Ow. That means that if you had just hit the cast, it would have been...
Yeah, but you never know.
You never know. This guy is so absurdly mega dead.
Well, look. He deserved it. I was having a hard time, and now I want him to suffer. In fact, he wasn't even that mega dead. He was just dead.
I suppose it's true.
Okay, so what does this guy do? Okay, he sells scrolls. Add a mind aura to a rune. Mind Aura conjures a scroll when this rune is triggered.
Oh.
And I could get 2 of them.
Yeah, and what's the arcane amulet?
Adds arcane amulet up to 2 runes.
Which is just plus 30 damage.
If I put this on 2 runes, I could just start scrolling my life away.
I agree.
We can only hold 2, so...
Alright.
Just, I'm done. Alright.
Hey, there's another scroll shop.
I feel like we're good on scroll shops, but the pincer has a positive something.
It is a positive something. It's not that much money, but it's a positive something, and it's another scroll shop. Because we could use both of these scrolls in this fight, and then get 2 more scrolls and do it again.
Yeah, but these should theoretically give us more scrolls.
Yeah. When those specific runes come up, right? Like, we're talking, even on our first column, we're only seeing 5 runes, and it's a 1 in... We still got, what, 15 runes in that column?
We're working on it.
We are working on it.
But this guy's only got 1, and...
It's true. You can go to one of the other ones if you want.
I'll do it because you wanted me to.
All rune damage increased. He's also got 64,000 health for the weaker of the bunch.
Okay.
Oh, so that first one's got an aura of something.
Yeah, so I probably can't aura that without replacing its aura. Because it's got a wealth aura.
Yeah.
So maybe I just get like these 2.
And start powering up the second one.
Yeah. And theoretically, these will go off immediately. Assuming that I can get a lightning here.
Yes. Like, you've already got they will trigger immediately.
Oh yeah, these will trigger because
there's the one across the bottom, and then there's the... That's beautiful. That rainbow doesn't do anything but holding on to it in case that bottom middle rolls.
I'm gonna do 1 more mediate because we're on fight 8. So after the next one's fight, we're gonna...
Oh, beautiful.
Jeez. Okay.
Sadly, you ran out of holds. So, yeah, do you drop that wild? Yeah, drop the wild and grab that because that's a bigger multiplier.
Yeah, I think so.
And if that rolls yellow, it's stronger than the wild anyway. All right, so we got 1 rune there. That looks like it's another aura thing. Oh, that's the divine amulet. Ooh.
Now, would I have gotten another scroll, like, if you consider spacing?
Oh, yeah. Oh, he lived.
Move a rune to the leftmost column. Moving each rune in this way. 1 column to the right.
Oh, okay. So you can grab, say, this yellow in right there,
and then just
it'll shove it there, shoving everything over to the right a little bit.
Okay.
But that moves it out of the 3rd column and puts it into the 1st column,
which is potentially problematic.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Taking the one in the 4th column might have been better because that would have technically been adding it to the 2nd column, which I think would have been fine.
Yeah. But it's fine.
Careful, we don't want to burn through our mediates here.
Yeah, I'll save 3 for the next fight. Hold you for hopes and dreams. We got a full line here. We're gonna get another something here. Oh, perfect.
Well, sadly, it doesn't hit the one with the trinket on it, but he should be dead.
Destroy up to 2 runes. Ooh.
That's helpful.
Also, yeah, just super dead. The power of lightning. Okay. So we only have room for 1.
Yep.
Add psionic amulets to up to 2 runes, which is the multiplier.
Yep.
And then that's the chance multiplier, and that's the gold one. So I think we just grab this one.
Sure. All right.
Oh. Yes, this is the big boss.
Devourer of Hope.
Yeah, I probably should have saved some meat eats. I wasn't thinking about it. Okay, well. Adds ethereal amulets to something or other. He's been watching us.
Ethereal amulets to runes on targeted spots after each cast. So, okay, so ethereal runes cannot be held, and he's currently doing it to those bottom two.
Okay.
So what we really want is to, unfortunately, we want to make sure that we don't hold that bottom yellow one, because we do not want it there at the end of the turn.
Okay. We destroy these two, right?
I think so. And then honestly,
just
do we wait until we get better, or do we put those on like some of those middle ones?
I say we put them on, because if we get other runes, I want space over here.
Yeah, good point. So yeah, go for it. All right, and then we hold and mediate. We don't do that one because whatever ends up there is going to get hit with the... Ew.
I mean, we're... Okay.
Oh, that's good. Oh, unfortunately, that does mean that this bottom one's going to get hit with the...
Oh, yeah, that one. That is true. But it's fine.
That just means that we won't be able to hold it if it comes back up again.
Okay. Alright. We're getting some scrolls. Random gem to a trinket without one. Adds necromantic amulets, which are ×2 multiplier,
but has a
25%
chance to destroy the rune.
Okay. I can work with that.
Yeah?
Just destroy things that aren't...
Yeah, right. All right, well, holding those bottom two are already pretty good, but that also we definitely want to...
Which one do I just destroy? Maybe like these two, or this one and this one, or something like that.
Well, remember, it adds the chance to destroy it, but remember those amulets are also only going to trigger if we trigger the row. So, like, if you put it on that blackstone, you're only going to do it if you can trigger that blackstone.
So then I'll do it on the ice ones, because I might trigger those.
You might trigger the ice ones. It just feels...
Or I can put it on these two white ones and be like, they're in the front row.
Yeah,
they'll
true.
Trigger.
They'll either help with bigger multipliers, and if they die, they die.
And then 33% chance to add a random gem to a random trinket without one. And this is like not like putting it on something. It's just you use it and see what happens.
Yeah.
Dang.
Failed. Okay, do we hold those and gamble?
Yeah, this is our last gamble. I almost want to hold.
You want to hold them and let them try? You can.
Because this one's gonna get called out, and if I can call them out myself, that'd be.
That's true.
At that point, do I even meditate?
Yeah, I think you hold the meditate then. You still hold those, I think. That is a very unfortunate.
That is so sad. I'll get the scrolls. We'll get the scrolls. Much.
Oh, okay. And trinkets do overwrite previous trinkets. So look at that top left-hand rock there. That's no longer going to break itself.
Rude.
Oh, that's so sad. Wait, we can't.
Amulets override amulets, you say?
Oh. Yeah, and honestly, I think those bottom two in those two in that second column.
Morph the right rune into a copy of the left rune.
Oh.
Morph. So I can morph this dark into this.
Yeah. Or the bottom right corner, you can make that a wild.
That is true. Do you like that better?
I don't know if I like that.
I think I do.
Better? Yeah, I mean, yeah. Yeah. Because it works with everything. It's helpful for, and then I think you use that to overwrite the two bad things here. Yeah.
Aha!
So now you can lock them. And man, we need to meditate a yellow into that bottom corner. We didn't, but we could cast.
Oh, now we just gotta hope.
Yeah. Yes!
Hey!
Oh, this is gonna be big. And we got another rune. Or another empower. Yeah, morph to the next element. So
we're looking for fires again.
I mean, if nothing else, worst case scenario, we could use that. Well, never mind. I was gonna say we could use that to like morph some blacks up to blue and
Conjure a random trinket.
hey, up.
All right.
That'll be a sweet gold eventually. So I think you definitely turn those reds yellow. You just go ahead and.
Then I think we just cast and hope.
Cast and hope. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And those two blues getting the chance to break themselves isn't the worst thing. We have one cast left.
And it's got to be at least roughly that good.
Yeah.
I think we might be dead here.
It depends on what we roll.
How stacked are we?
We're fairly stacked.
Not as stacked as I'd like to be. But
No, of course.
you never are. Just in case, this should be slightly higher.
That's true.
This one should just always be at the bottom, I guess.
Well, it shouldn't matter since that other one is unrelated. Oh, that's that's bad for us.
Yeah, we had one good row, and one good row isn't enough. Oh, if we had one more cast, we could have did it. Curses.
Dang.
We got. Well, shucks.
Oh, shucks, but pretty good for a first attempt.
Yeah. New trinkets unlocked. You run out of cast, you can grant +2 cast and evolve into Torch of the Phoenix form.
Oh.
Okay.
And then the battle purse. +0 multiplier, but 3 additional multiplier for each 5 coins you have.
Okay.
That would have been enough multiplier at the end there that might have saved us.
Coming soon to early access.
I can dig this game.
Yeah, I think this game is very cool.
I think there's some legs on that.
Yeah. So yeah, it's currently just in its demo form. It's going to be out at some point in early access later this year. But very cool concept, very cool game. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Let us know what you guys thought about it. And I guess with that, we'll see you guys next time.
Goodbye.